The boat is now up on land at its cradle, and I was gonna film yesterday when we picked up the boat, but I simply forgot about it. It was too much work with getting the mast removed, which is lying over there in the grass in the meantime. And yeah, I basically didn't film anything, but it all went super well. Boat is now in the new cradle, new spot at home at my parents' place. So now it's time to do some preparations for the winter, to just conserve the engine, make everything clean inside, clean the bilge, empty the bilge completely in water, just make the boat completely dry for the winter so there won't be any mold or anything like that. So let's go. Okay, heating fan is running to dry out the boat as much as possible here. I'm gonna put some fresh water into the bilge because the propeller shaft hasn't been completely sealed well while the boat's been in the water now, so there's been salt water continually coming into the bilge, so I need to flush it off with some fresh water to make it nice and fresh and clean again for the winter. When you're storing a boat during winter time in a cold country like Sweden and the temperature goes below 0 Celsius and stuff, it's super important to fill up your diesel tank completely to the top, because there could be condensation and stuff while the temperature is changing. So could be water forming inside the tank, and also put some of these stabilization formula thingy inside, which is supposed to prevent growth and yeah, water forming basically. But if you fill up the tank completely, there's not supposed to be any water or growth happening inside the tank, so that makes it way easier for the coming season with starting up the engine and not having clogged filters and stuff like that. It's time for some high pressure washing. There haven't been a lot of growth at all on the keel, but there is a few of these rust bubbles kind of on the steel hull, so they need to be pressure washed away, get rid of all the rust. I guess I might have had one too few of the sink anodes possibly, so maybe I have to attach another sink anode to the steel keel for next season possibly. So but it's no big damage at all, just need to pressure wash away everything, repaint next year, and maybe add another sink anode, and then good to go. One thing that people might overlook sometime when you pick up your boat is to flush through the toilet and flush through all the through holes and stuff like that in the keel. So like the sink, the bilge pump, yeah, whatever, how many through holes you have, it's quite nice to flush them through with fresh water after picking the boat up, to just rinse them thoroughly from salt water basically. So that's what I'm going to do now with the toilet. Just filling up the toilet with water basically. Just a bucket of fresh water, fill up the whole toilet, and then just let it sit there for a bit, like that. Let's just sit there for 10 minutes or so, and then flush it all out to get the through holes clean and stuff like that. So right now I'm removing the stays from the mast. Here we have a few of the shorter stays. Yeah, we dumped the mast here in the grass yesterday when the truck came in with a boat. So it's been lying here for the night, and now it's time to remove some of the stays and then carry the mast into the big storage compartment there. The mast is in its place now. The left one is my parents and the right one is mine. And there's my parents' boat as well, Halbarasi. So now it's time to call it a day, and I'm gonna continue tomorrow I think, or maybe day after tomorrow, something like that. So I'll keep you updated. Today I'm gonna be conservating the engine it's pretty dark outside because I just came home from work. It's like 4 in the afternoon or so. It's just getting dark really early now, so yeah. But I'm gonna start by disconnecting the hose, which runs from the through hole down here, and yeah, just disconnect it here where the saltwater pump with the impeller is, and then connect another cable which I pull into some kind of canister so with water. And then let's see if the engine starts. Now the hose is disconnected down here, and yeah, this fitting right here is there's no hose connected, so I'm gonna be connecting this hose to that and then put that into a canister like this one. This is how it's gonna look here. The engine, then the hose comes out from the engine into the bucket, so we're gonna have a little bit of fresh water pouring into the bucket all the time, so we flush through with fresh water through the engine, and then when that's done we just take the hose and move it straight into this little canister filled with antifreeze thingy mixed with water, which is supposed to take like -30°C. So that's the plan. So now we're just adding water all the time while the engine is running and sucking water. So we're gonna run it for like 2 or 3 minutes now, and then just swap the hose to the antifreeze. And now as a final touch, you just take the hose, take a cable tie, and just bring the hose up and attach it to another hose on the engine or something, so it's kind of in a high situation like this, so the antifreeze doesn't pour out, because if you just drop it down in the bilge, the antifreeze can pour out, and it's not gonna be as good. It's still gonna work, but yeah, now there's like filled up with antifreeze, which is also anti-rust effect on the whole system. So yeah, this is just another little trick. Last visit in the boat for this season. Now I packed out everything that can get moldy and stuff like that, dried out the boat. I still got the heating fan going to dry out the boat completely, and then the boat is ready for the winter. And I can leave it for a few months and just have it stand here just behind my parents' stable, and it's gonna be waiting here for me to come back in the beginning of the summer, end of April, beginning of May something, and start the next sailing season. So I open up the floorboards. Yeah, basically, as you can see, everything is just emptied, more or less. So it's time to leave the boat for the last time and head on to some new adventures. It is springtime, April, back in Sweden. I've been to Canada for about 4 months, skiing and just having a lot of fun during the winter time. But now, during this crisis period, I flew home to Sweden, and now I'm home with my beautiful boat Stella. So now it's time to start doing some work on the sailboat before I can put her in the water and start this year's sailing season. So yeah, if you want to join me on the journey, subscribe and give the video a like, and I'll see you in the next video.